Welcome to Easy Classic Stories. This is a retelling of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, a novel by L. Frank Baum. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is a magical book by L. Frank Baum. It's about a girl named Dorothy who goes on an adventure in a land called Oz. She meets new friends like the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion. The book is very successful. Many people love it. It has been turned into a famous movie and many other stories. It's a fun and exciting tale that kids and adults. Now listen carefully to the story. At the end, we'll have an exercise on key events to help test your understanding. Dorothy lived in Kansas with her Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. Their house was small and grey, and the land was flat and grey too. Dorothy had a little dog named Toto, who was her best friend. One day a big storm came. The wind blew so hard that the house spun around and around. Dorothy and Toto were inside and they were very scared. "Aunt Em! Uncle Henry!" Dorothy cried, but her voice was lost in the loud wind. The house flew up into the sky and spun like a top. Dorothy held Toto tightly and closed her eyes. When she opened them again, the house was still. She looked out the window and saw something amazing. The house had landed in a beautiful place with green grass and colourful flowers. Dorothy opened the door and stepped outside. She saw small people with blue clothes and hats. They were called Munchkins. The Munchkins were happy to see Dorothy because her house had landed on the Wicked Witch of the East and killed her. The Wicked Witch was very mean and had made the Munchkins her slaves. A beautiful lady with a shiny star on her forehead came to Dorothy. She was the Good Witch of the North. "Thank you for freeing the Munchkins," she said. "The Wicked Witch of the East is dead, and her silver shoes are now yours." Dorothy looked down and saw the shiny silver shoes on her feet. "But I want to go home to Kansas," Dorothy said. "How can I get back?" The Good Witch smiled. "You must follow the yellow brick road to the Emerald City. The great and powerful Wizard of Oz lives there. He can help you." Dorothy thanked the Good Witch and said goodbye to the Munchkins. With Toto by her side, she started walking down the yellow brick road. The road was made of shiny yellow bricks that sparkled in the sun. As she walked, she saw a scarecrow hanging on a pole in a cornfield. The Scarecrow looked sad, so Dorothy stopped to talk to him. "Why are you sad?" Dorothy asked. "I don't have a brain," the Scarecrow said. "I can't think or learn anything. I wish I could go with you to see the Wizard of Oz and ask for a brain." Dorothy felt sorry for the Scarecrow. "You can come with us," she said. The Scarecrow was very happy and thanked Dorothy. Together they continued down the yellow brick road. Soon they came to a forest. In the forest they found a man made of tin. He was rusted and couldn't move. Dorothy and the Scarecrow helped him by oiling his joints. The Tin Woodman thanked them and told them his story. "I used to be a real man," he said, "but a wicked witch enchanted my axe and it chopped off my body parts one by one. A tinsmith replaced them with tin. Now I don't have a heart and I can't love anyone." Dorothy invited the Tin Woodman to join them. "The Wizard of Oz might give you a heart," she said. The Tin Woodman agreed and they all walked together. Further down the road they heard a loud roar. A big lion jumped out at them. The lion looked scary, but he was shaking with fear. "What's wrong?" Dorothy asked. I'm a coward, the lion said. I'm afraid of everything. I wish I could be brave. Dorothy had an idea. Come with us to see the Wizard of Oz, she said. Maybe he can give you courage. The lion liked the idea and joined the group. Now, Dorothy, Toto, the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman and the Cowardly Lion were all walking down the yellow brick road together. They were excited to meet the Wizard of Oz and hoped he could help them all. Dorothy and her friends continued their journey down the yellow brick road. They faced many adventures and challenges along the way. First, they came to a big field of beautiful red poppies. The flowers were so pretty that Dorothy wanted to pick some, but suddenly she felt very sleepy. The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman quickly realized that the poppies were magical and could make them sleep forever. They had to think fast to save Dorothy and the lion, who had also fallen asleep. The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodman carried Dorothy and the lion out of the poppy field. They found a little stream and splashed water on their friends' faces to wake them up. Dorothy and the lion woke up feeling refreshed and ready to continue their journey. Next, they met the Queen of the Field Mice. The Queen was very small, but she was also very kind. She offered to help them on their journey. In return, Dorothy and her friends promised to help the Queen if she ever needed it. Further down the road, they came to a strange place called the Dainty China Country. Everything there was made of delicate china, including the people and animals. Dorothy and her friends had to be very careful not to break anything. They walked slowly and gently through the China Country, admiring the beautiful china figures. Finally, they encountered the hammerheads. These were strange creatures with long necks and hammer-like heads. The hammerheads tried to hit Dorothy and her friends with their hammers, but the group fought back bravely. The Tin Woodman used his axe to chop off the hammerheads' heads, and the Scarecrow used his quick thinking to outsmart them. After many adventures, Dorothy and her friends finally saw the Emerald City in the distance. The city was shining brightly with green lights. They were excited and hoped that the Wizard of Oz would help them. "Look!" Dorothy said, pointing at the city. "We're almost there." Her friends cheered, and they all walked faster, eager to reach the Emerald City and meet the great Wizard of Oz. Dorothy and her friends finally reached the Emerald City. The city was beautiful, with green buildings and sparkling green lights everywhere. They walked up to the big gate and knocked. A small window opened and a man with a green face looked out. He was the guardian of the gates. "What do you want?" the guardian asked. "We want to see the Wizard of Oz," Dorothy said. The guardian looked at them carefully. "The wizard doesn't usually see visitors," he said, "but I'll ask him. Wait here." After a while, the guardian came back. "The wizard will see you tomorrow," he said. "Come in and rest." Dorothy and her friends were very happy. They entered the Emerald City and were amazed by its beauty. Everything was green, the streets, the houses, even the people. They were taken to a comfortable room to rest for the night. The next day they were led to the wizard's palace. The palace was grand, with tall towers and shiny green walls. They were taken to a big room with a throne. Suddenly a huge head appeared in front of them. It was the Wizard of Oz. I am Oz, the great and terrible, the wizard said in a loud voice. Why have you come to see me? Dorothy stepped forward. I want to go home to Kansas, she said. The Scarecrow said, I want a brain. The Tin Woodman said, I want a heart. The Cowardly Lion said, I want to be brave. The wizard listened to them. I will help you, he said. But first you must do something for me. There is a wicked witch of the West who is very powerful. You must kill her and bring me her broomstick. Then I will grant your wishes. Dorothy and her friends looked at each other. They were scared, but they knew they had to try. We will do it, Dorothy said bravely. The wizard nodded. Good, now go and prepare for your journey. Dorothy and her friends left the palace, determined to face the Wicked Witch of the West and bring her broomstick to the wizard. They hoped that after this, they would finally get what they wished for. Dorothy and her friends left the Emerald City and began their journey to the land of the Wicked Witch of the West. They walked through dark forests and over rocky hills. Finally, they reached the witch's castle. It was a scary place with high walls and tall towers. The witch saw them coming and sent her winged monkeys to stop them. The monkeys flew down and grabbed Dorothy and the lion. They carried them back to the castle and dropped them in a room with the witch. Who are you? The witch asked Dorothy. I'm Dorothy, she said bravely. I came to ask you to be good to the people of Oz. The witch laughed. I will never be good, and now you will be my slave. Dorothy was scared, but she remembered the silver shoes she was wearing. She wondered if they could help her. Meanwhile, the Scarecrow, the Tin Woodman, and the Lion were trying to rescue Dorothy. They sneaked into the castle and looked for her. Inside the castle, Dorothy was told to clean the kitchen. As she worked, she accidentally splashed water on the witch. To her surprise, the witch started to melt. You wicked girl! The witch screamed. Look what you've done! I'm melting! In a few moments, the witch was gone, leaving only her clothes and a golden cap. Dorothy picked up the cap and put it on. She found her friends and told them what happened. They were all very happy that the witch was gone. The people of the castle, who were called Winkies, were also happy. They thanked Dorothy for freeing them from the witch's rule. Dorothy and her friends stayed in the castle for a few days to rest. Then they remembered their promise to the wizard. We must take the witch's broomstick back to the wizard, Dorothy said. Her friends agreed, and they all set out on the journey back to the Emerald City. They hoped that the wizard would keep his promise and grant their wishes. With the witch's broomstick in hand, they felt hopeful and excited to see what the wizard would do for them. You have done well, the wizard said. Now I will grant your wishes. First, the wizard gave the Scarecrow a brain. He filled the Scarecrow's head with bran and pins, and the Scarecrow felt very smart. Now I can think and learn anything, he said happily. Next, the wizard gave the Tin Woodman a heart. He put a silk heart filled with sawdust into the Tin Woodman's chest. Now I can love and care for others, the Tin Woodman said with joy. Then the wizard gave the Cowardly Lion courage. He gave the lion a drink from a green bottle. Now I am brave, the lion roared proudly. Finally, it was Dorothy's turn. "I want to go home to Kansas," she said. The wizard thought for a moment. "I will take you home in my hot air balloon," he said. "But first, I must tell you something. I am not a real wizard. I am just a man from Omaha." Dorothy and her friends were surprised, but they were not angry. They were glad the wizard had helped them. The wizard prepared his hot air balloon, and everyone came to say goodbye to Dorothy. "Goodbye, my friends," Dorothy said with tears in her eyes. "I will miss you all." Just as the balloon was about to take off, Toto jumped out of Dorothy's arms and chased a cat. The balloon rose into the air without Dorothy. She was sad, but her friends promised to help her find another way home. Suddenly, Glinda, the Good Witch of the South, appeared. "I can help you, Dorothy," she said. "Your silver shoes can take you home. Just click your heels together 3 times and say, 'There's no place like home.'" Dorothy did as Glinda said. She clicked her heels together and said, "There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home." In an instant, Dorothy was back in Kansas. She was home, safe and sound. She hugged Aunt Em and Uncle Henry, happy to be with them again. Her adventure in Oz was over, but she would never forget her friends and the wonderful things she had seen. Great job sticking with the story all the way to the end. It's time to review the key ideas with a fun multiple-choice quiz. You'll find the answers in the comments section. Take your time with the questions, and don't forget to leave a comment below to let us know if you enjoyed the story. Your feedback helps us improve. If you liked it, show your support by hitting the like button. It really makes our day. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Thank you so much for being with us.